Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 7, I think, of the Books, Hooks and Yarn podcast. My name is Crystal. You can find me as Books, Hooks and Yarn on both Ravelry and Instagram. I am a mother of 2. I live in southeast Victoria with my husband and the aforementioned daughters. Bit of a life update first, I guess. I know this is a knitting podcast and I talk about knitting and crochet and all that kind of stuff, and normally just a bit of arts and crafts stuff and books that I've been reading. But last Thursday, I think it was, we had to have my 16-year-old dog put down. We only had him for 1.5 years. We got him from the pound after my 14-year-old Maltese passed away. But he was amazing. He and I had like a real instant connection, and it's just devastating that he's not here anymore. He was getting really old and slow, and then we just noticed over the week he was not eating, he wasn't moving. And on Thursday he just, didn't move for the whole day. So by the time the afternoon came, we realised he hadn't eaten anything or done anything all day, and he was shaking quite a bit. We took him to the vet, and they recommended that he be put to sleep because he wasn't having any quality of life. So that is what I'm dealing with at the moment. So now I have no dogs in my house. I have one fat old cat. She's not really old, she's only 11, and like cats can live to be like 18 to 20 years old. So she's like middle-aged right now. She's fine. Right, so that's what I had to update everyone on. You will notice I also have a different background going on today. I didn't want to have my house in the background, like it's over there, because I spend like half the day cleaning everything to make sure that the background's like presentable, and it's still so distracting having like my kitchen in one section, and like I've got a treadmill over there, and I've normally got washing over there. It's just stuff everywhere. So I grabbed one of those like ring light things, which is also why I'm not wearing my glasses, because look at this. Yeah, see, that's I could just like talk like this the whole time, but I'm like super hunched over doing that, so no. So that I could have light, because I normally have it here, and that's really good for when I'm doing the podcast. But yeah, and I've just got it set up so that I've got this for my background now. So that's actually, I'll move it up a little bit if I can. My yarn stash is up there. I've actually been cleaning it out quite a bit. Ooh. So there's actually not that much on the shelves anymore, because I put all of my acrylic away in tubs, and another big tub was just like all cotton and cotton mixes from making dishcloths, when I thought that everybody was going to get like a dozen dishcloths for Christmas. Silly me. Oh, sorry, I just jiggled that a bit when I grabbed my tea. I'm having tea today, not coffee, because the sun's out and everything. It's a beautiful day, but I'm a little bit chilly, so I'm just having a nice hot cup of tea. You make tea just that squidgy bit hotter than coffee. There we go. Alright, enough blabbing on. Let's get into it. I have half a finished object today, which I literally just finished 5 minutes ago, and I've lost it already. Here it is. I finished a sock, which I can grab. My sock blockers back here from Stitchcraft and Wizardry. I have them hung up on the wall, so they're easy to grab. Let's slip that on. I had to take a quick pause. The banging you heard just before was I've still got my elders home for school holidays. Alright, so that's it. I finished a sock. It looks even better on the sock blocker than the one I thought it would. So it's still got a nice wide leg, because I was planning on making a smaller sock for myself this time around, and I didn't actually end up doing that. So yeah, I made a mistake when I was doing the toes. You know how you do one row decrease, one row knit, decrease, knit, decrease, and you go until you've got like 36 or 32 stitches. I think it's 32. And then you decrease every round instead. I forgot to do that, and it wasn't until I was at about 24 stitches I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be decreasing every round instead of knitting one in between. So yeah, it was decreased only for like the last 8 rounds. That went, because I was sitting there going, this is taking forever. Normally it takes me like, you know, half an hour to do the toes on a sock. Like, this is ridiculous, because I've been carrying them around with me all morning and doing them while we're out and about, taking my daughter to the optometrist and stuff. But yeah, I couldn't figure out what was taking so long, and then I realized it's because I had been doing the decrease and knit for too long, but that's okay. So I've still got to block them, wash them and block them. But how beautiful did the yarn turn out? So this is the Bendigo Wool & Mills undyed sock yarn. I think it's only like $13 or something. And then I dyed it myself with blue food dye, and I'm absolutely loving it. It is actually beautiful to wear. I know I was planning on doing a smaller sock, like a tighter fit sock, and I will for the next pair, because it is absolutely beautiful to wear, and it fits beautifully. But I would like to try and see if I can get like that natural stretch out of a smaller pair of socks, so that it is a little bit more snug around my leg and ankle. Like, I know I say I have wide ankles, but these are actually like, they stay up and everything. I don't have to pull them up or anything, but they are a little bit loose. I would like a slightly tighter fit. But yes, that's my sock. So I haven't even started the second one, and I will tell you why now. So apart from everything happening with the dog, I sat down and I wrote a list after the last podcast of everything I had to do, when I had to have it done, what days I wanted to have it all finished by. And then I completely ignored that and just picked up 2 old whips. I restarted one, picked up another one, and started another thing that I wasn't even planning on making. So I guess we must be up to whips. Probably need to stop calling them whips, because does everybody know that that's short for works in progress? Because I didn't when I started knitting. All right, let's see what to show you first. Okay, so I'll show you the old things that I picked up. When I was cleaning out my craft area and putting away all like my acrylic and stuff so that I can use it for projects like I talked about last time, I found a couple of old project bags that I had sitting around. These are just like the ones from Spotlight and stuff. And inside I had a blanket for each of my girls. So since Holden's birthday is coming up, I thought, oh, I'll try and see if I can get that finished before her birthday. I'm not going to get it finished by her birthday, but I'll keep working on it for her anyway, because I am enjoying knitting on it. This is her blanket that I'm making her. I'm basically just doing Grandma's favorite dishcloth in a blanket size. So it doesn't really have a right side or a wrong side, because as much as I tried to time it, the way the yarn changes has kind of, it doesn't look as neat as what I'd like it. Like those 3 colors like that, how they just, see, does there seamlessly there. But then I get halfway through the row, or not even halfway, and it's got that, but that's okay. So yeah, that's what I found. And I'm just using, I think it's called a Value Muffin or something. It's from Oz Yarn, and it is 100% acrylic. It's super soft though. But like I said before, I don't mind using acrylic to make like blankets and stuff for my kids, because they just throw them all over the ground and whatever. So yeah, those are the colors in it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to keep knitting the pattern, which is just knit 3, yarn over, knit to the end. And then when I have finished this ball, which finishes with this dark pink here, I'm going to tie them together, or join them together, sorry, and then keep knitting the rest of this one, so it kind of reverses. So corner to corner, it will like mirror itself. So this corner starts with the dark blue, and the corner that finishes up here is going to finish with the dark blue as well. So yeah, so when I get to the halfway mark and I've joined on the next ball, I will start my decreases. So that should be fun. Hopefully it all works out the way I plan it. Sometimes I get an idea in my head and I think it should all make sense and everything should be fine, and then when it actually comes down to it, it's like, what has happened? Yeah, we'll wait and see. So that's, yeah, it was down to, it was actually like midway through the purple when I picked it up, and that's because it's just the perfect thing to pick up a knit during the day when I'm just wanting something simple to do. But now it's got so many stitches on it, it's taking a while to get through just one row, but that's the joys of blanket knitting, I guess. I think I'm doing it 5mm needles. These are just circular needles, bamboo circular needles I got from Aussie Yarn as well. They're perfect for it. All right, let's see. The other one I picked up, I actually restarted this 3 times the other day. I was trying to do it. I was watching Nitty Natty and I breezed through like the first 30 rows. I was like, why did this go so fast? And the pattern I'm doing, it's a free pattern on Ravelry, as most of my patterns are, is the Radiating Star Blanket by Alexis Layton. And then I remembered you're supposed to do a knit round on the even rounds, and I totally forgotten. I'd just gone through and done all the increased rounds. I was looking at it going, geez, the like gaps where the yarn overs and stuff are look quite big. So I had to restart it 3 times before I realized. The first 2 times were just because I wasn't paying attention and I couldn't figure out where I'd stuffed up. So this is all I've gotten down. It was 3 times the size of this when I pulled it apart, because I had been working on it before when I first started it, but I'd made a mistake somewhere. I couldn't figure it out. What I'm doing now is, because it has like, don't mind showing you because it's free, I have to fold over. My husband decided to write on it and there's not nice words on it, because he's being silly. So like down here where it says yarn over knit 1, yarn over skip knit 4. What I'm doing is I'll do that and then I'll actually put a stitch marker, because that's the amount of stitches that are worked in that section, and then it repeats a certain number around the blanket. And then for the next one, I'll know that the pattern repeat is between that stitch marker and that stitch marker. So yeah, so I've just got the 1 stitch marker on there for now, because that just tells me that's my starting needle, because it's not like with socks where I've got a certain number on the needle and I know which is my beginning DPN. So I've just popped it on there, that is from Stitchcraft and Wizardry. I think they, excuse me, I'm fluffing my eye. I think they've used that 3D printer to make those. Okay, what else have I done? That's the 2 things that I was working on that I shouldn't have been working on this week. 2 of the things I shouldn't have been working on. There is one more that I started. Okay, so this was one that I showed last week. Haven't done as much on it as I'd like to, but I will be doing much more on it tonight. So hopefully, this is the, my eldest is just there in the lounge room, so I'm trying to be quiet-ish about this. But this is the skull top that I'm working on. Look, there's crossbones. How cool is that? So yes, that's the cotton top that I'm doing, and I'm very impressed. I've had to unpick a few bits and pieces because I wasn't paying attention to one row and I couldn't figure out why the pattern had just kind of shifted over by one, but it's because I'd actually written it down incorrectly. Not that I wasn't following it, yeah, I'd written the chart down wrong. But that's okay, easily fixed, just unpicked it and redid it. So that's where I was up to last podcast. That's all I've done, which is atrocious. I should have done so much more because it's such an easy pattern to do, but I'll show you why. That's all I've done in a minute. But I'm loving this. I can't wait to see it. I've only got, I think I've only got 10 rows to go and the skulls are done. So, and then I've just got to do the other color changes and it's all finished. So not as much on that one as I would have liked. Next to nothing on this next one. This is the dinosaur stuffy that I'm making, and it's just, I think I did 6 rows or something the other night, and that was it. That's all I've done. Excuse me. I'm not enjoying using, like, these are 3.25mm needles, which is, I use smaller for socks, but for some reason I'm just not enjoying using straight needles to do this. But that's okay. I'll keep persevering, and her birthday's next week. My bear's birthday's next week. And I don't think I'll have this finished by then, but I will keep trying. Apologise if you hear any background noise. My eldest is still home on school holidays and she's playing in the lounge room. So yeah, might not be finished by next week, but I will try. This is the main thing I'm focusing on. This is something I actually started in the last 2 weeks. Wasn't planning on it, but has been asking for one of these since I started knitting, and I thought, oh, I should actually get started. And once I started, I found I haven't been able to put it down. So I am making, the pattern I am doing is the Braided Mermaid Infinity Scarf. It's free on Ravelry by Topsail Fruit. So you can't really see it well on here because it's in black and white, but it's 4 different colors, and the way it goes is you hold 2 strands of each color. So I am doing purples. So you'd hold 2 strands of like a dark purple, and then 1 strand of the dark purple and the next color together. Then 2 strands of the same color, 1 color of that color and the next color, and it just makes it go like ombre. So I am doing it with, so I've already started. This looks even better on camera than it does in real life. So I did the dark purple, and then the dark purple was held with this purple, and now I'm doing those 2 purples together because they're the same purple. And then next will be that purple and that purple, and then it'll be that one by itself, well, 2 strands, but that one by itself, and then that one and that one, and then finish with that. So it is, yeah, I've never done cables before. This is my first time doing cables. I don't consider myself a loose knitter at all, but the pattern does say, it's not just me that doesn't consider myself to be a loose knitter. Like my mum says my knitting is really tight as well. It does say if your ribbing tends to be loose, knit the ribbing with a smaller size circular needle. I was like, oh, that won't be me. My knitting is tight. But compared to the cable part, my ribbing does look quite loose, but I'm hoping when I block it and like pull it down a little bit, I don't want to pull it too much because I'm worried what effect that will have on the cables. I've never blocked anything with cables before. It's my first time knitting cables as well. So yeah, how pretty is that? So the yarn I'm using for that is just these Modavira Ombre Delights packs that you get from Spotlight. They're on sale when I went there a few weeks ago to get some fabric, and so I grabbed 2 lots of the purple because I already had pink ones at home for my youngest, and yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So that needs to be done by next Tuesday. So yes, hoping she will love it. She thinks it's for my sister because my sister's birthday's in early February and her favourite colour is purple. So yeah, she's got ears like a hawk. So there we go. That's it. That's the most work I've done on anything. That started from nothing, and that's how much I've gotten done. I think that is it for my works in progress. I don't have many purchases to show this week. I only did 1 because I was supposed to be doing no January for January. That failed. I lasted about 7 days, but yeah. And it was actually buying the yarn for this that I vowed on. I went to Spotlight for fabric and came home. My husband's like, "Did you buy yarn?" I'm like, "No." Totally forgetting I wasn't supposed to be buying any, but oh well, it's for a good cause. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea. My throat's actually a little bit scratchy. So. All right, so I only have 2, well, it's from the same person, but I bought 2 things. I try to find dyers on, sorry for the noise. Try to find dyers on Instagram and whatnot that I haven't ordered from before, or that are relatively new, or I just like their yarn, in all honesty. So this time around I went with Down Under Dyer on Instagram, so that's Melissa, and I ordered, I'll just show you something I really like from her in a second. I ordered this beautiful blue, that green in there. I hadn't even seen that before. Oh, I would have if I'd looked, but it really pops up on the camera, doesn't it? That's so pretty, and there's purple in there as well. My next dye adventure with my own sock yarn is I want to attempt to do a navy blue, so I was like, oh, I could use some color inspiration for that. So that's what I got. It's called Starry Night, and it is 100 grams of 4-ply fingering yarn, 75% merino, 25% nylon, it says NWN. I feel like that means it's probably non-superwash merino. I'm not sure. I will have to double check on her website. And I'll pop it down here. So yes, that's beautiful. That's the blue. And then one thing I love about Melissa's yarn is that she does like 100-gram packs of minis. Not like 100 grams in each mini, because that wouldn't be a mini, but so there is 1, 2, 3, 5 minis in here, but they all equal 100 gram all together. So this is the 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and those are the colors I chose. I wanted something that would complement the blue, but maybe not match entirely. And also these colors just really spoke to me. All these really earthy, beautiful colors. I just fell in love with them and I had to have them. And they're only $19. So yeah, get in my cart. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for, but I have a feeling if I do a decent enough job on my next lot of dyes, I might end up using this one with one of them for like heels and toes. And actually probably all of these because they're all beautiful. Or I could possibly even use them together and make a shawl, because why not? That's it. I also got some blue like foam mats for blocking. Had a mental block, funnily enough, for blocking. My husband grabbed them for me when he went to Bunnings a week or so ago. They're quite large, like they're the big ones, but there's only 4 of them, and I have a feeling that they're not going to be big enough for a shawl when I get around to making the shawl that I want to make with my yarn from Melbourne City Dye Works and Dragonfly yarn. So I might have to grab another packet, but they're not really like, I am trying to focus on buying less yarn and more like tools, because a couple of times lately, like with this radiating star blanket, it's supposed to be 6mm needles, but I don't have 6mm DPNs. So I am beginning it on 4mm ones because it's the biggest DPNs I've got. And then going up a size to the 6, or a couple of sizes to the 6 when I need to. But I would like to really have all the tools I need when I need them, no matter what pattern I'm doing. So I'm trying to focus on that. I've also recently purchased some actual citric, I think that's the right word, I don't know, I'm such a noob with this stuff, like the acid dyes to do like yarn dyeing with. So I got that off Etsy and I'm going to give that a go and see how that goes. But I'm going to go do some thrift shopping soon, hopefully, or op shopping, and get some old like pots to do it in, because obviously I can't use my ones from the kitchen like I do with the food dye. So that's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, really short segment for pretty new things. Not that that's a bad thing. Like, I always feel like sometimes it's not great to be on here and be all over like, look at all the new things I got, because that's not my life at all. Like, I think it's because I'm just like kind of starting my collections. That's why every new thing is so exciting for me and I want to share it. Clearly it's time for coffee and a yarn because that was just like blabber. What's going on at the moment? I have tea, not coffee. I took my eldest to the optometrist this morning. That's why I'm yeah, that's like, I can't even have her like sitting and watching a movie or anything, because it turns out she is nearsighted, so she can't see things in the distance. So if she does need to watch or read anything, she does it like this close, and it's quite frustrating. So we're just trying to limit her screen time and whatnot until she actually gets her glasses. So she does need glasses, and she'll get them in a couple of weeks, and hopefully sooner actually. So she's actually got them by the time she starts school. But she's so cute with glasses on. Oh, we kind of figured something was going on because she popped my glasses on and I'm nearsighted as well. She's like, oh, that's so much clearer. I'm like, that should be blurry as for you. Like, you shouldn't be able to see through those. Not that my eyes are horrifically bad, like thankfully, because it's kind of close, like it's not overly close, but it's close enough that I can, I don't need my glasses on. I am having trouble focusing on things behind it, but this close, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm probably sitting here going, oh, it looks so great. And then I'll put my glasses on and rewatch it to do the editing and be like, what is going on there? No, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Hopefully my eyes aren't that bad. Obviously I've already told you guys about my beautiful Rain passing away. It's been hard. It's hard when the first two passed away, and I thought it would be easier because we only had him for a year and a half, but our connection was so strong and so instant that it's hit me just as hard as when the other two passed away. So yeah, we should be getting his ashes back in a couple of weeks, I would say. School's back next Friday for some strange irrational reason. I don't know whether it just start the Monday after. It makes no sense to me. As a teacher, I say that it makes no sense to me. I am going back to work as a relief teacher. I will be applying for full-time and part-time positions throughout the year, but we have found out recently that our bank does not require me to be having a full-time or part-time position as long as I'm earning a certain amount of money in the financial year. They're completely fine with me working as a relief teacher as long as I've been doing it for 6 months. I think the government might have finally realised, and the banks as well, how important casual workers actually are and how much they actually contribute to paying things like mortgages, because that was not the case before coronavirus. To be honest, like there was constant pressure on us for me to be working full-time or part-time, which I didn't really want to be doing with my girls as young as what they are. So this is a great thing to be hearing, and yeah, I really enjoy relief teaching. I do love having my own classroom. I had it not last year before, and I absolutely adored it. It was so much, there was so much more of a connection. But it's also kind of nice to walk in at, you know, 8:15 and leave at 4 o'clock instead of getting there at 8 o'clock and leaving at 6. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy, even if it's only 3 months or 6 months, or it is the next 3 years of my life, I'm going to enjoy the time I have as a relief teacher, because I know the hours are, I feel like some days the work is harder, but the hours are much better. My eldest will be in grade 1. She lost her first tooth like 3 days after Christmas, and now she's getting glasses. She's starting grade 1. She's up to like here on me. I'm like, she's 6 next week and I'm just not coping. My youngest is in pre-kinder, so like 3-year-old kinder, and it blows my mind that she's only got this year. Next year she's in kinder, and then she's in school the year after that, and the time just goes so fast. Other than that, I don't think anything else has really been going on. It's business as usual, I guess. I've got a bit of a surprise planned for my girls tomorrow. We're gonna go out and do something. We've done nothing all school holidays because like the weather was awful. Like we had Christmas and then New Year's, the weather was awful. Our dog died, and now I'm like, oh, maybe we should actually get out of the house and do something. Like, yeah, it's just been thing after thing, but that's life. All right. I think I'm going to end it here, guys. I have so much editing to do because having my daughter home, there has been so much background noise and me stopping going, are you done yet? That's banging a lot. Do you need to do that right now? Yes. Would you like a snack? Okay, let's do that. I had something in my eye that I had to get out and I had to stop the video for. Oh no, I didn't stop the video for. So that was just recording away in the background while I got up and went and got something out of my eye. Yeah. Left a pattern behind. At one point I had to go get that. Lots of editing to do. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I didn't even talk about books. I'm still reading the Witcher series. I also am reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets with my... Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. She got the illustrated books for Christmas. We're working our way through the first one, and we do a chapter every second night when it's my turn to put her to bed. But because I'm knitting feverishly, I'm not reading as much on my books because I'm using my hands to knit. But I did download on my iPad the first Bridgerton novel, and I read that in one day. So, which was kind of silly because I already knew what happened because I'd already watched it all on Netflix. So Highly recommend Bridgerton to anyone if they love like period dramas and stuff like that, which I do. There is one scene that everyone's kind of in a bit of an uproar about. I think it was not better in the book, but it was easier explained in the book. I think they found it kind of difficult to get that across on the screen. I won't tell you what it's about because spoilers. Yeah, I knew about the scene before I actually watched it because I'd already read something about it, and then I watched it, and I think because I had already been pre-warned about it, I didn't find it no, like it's still an issue, but I didn't find it as jarring, I guess, as other people did because I had, yeah, pre-warning. But other than that, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Okay, I'm actually gonna go this time. I don't think I've forgotten anything, and too bad if I have. You just have to wait another 2 weeks to hear it. I haven't been posting much on Instagram lately because everything's happening, and yeah, I don't really have anything to show, but now I have a sock to take a photo of, and I might even do my 3/4 finish, not 1/4, 3/4 to go cowl and whatnot. And when I finish the skulls, I might take a photo of that and put it up as well. So I probably just need to knuckle down and get some stuff done so I can actually take photos. I know everything doesn't have to be finished products, but even progress photos at the moment, there's just like not much progress happening. All right, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully, with school back and everything, I'll have to wait and see what recording schedule I get into once I go back to work. I don't know if it'll be Tuesday still, if it'll be another day, or if I'm just gonna have to leave it till weekends and get my husband to take the kids out for an hour so I can sit here and talk about knitting. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll let you know when I know. Until then, please take care of yourselves physically, emotionally, socially, mentally, because all of that is important, and so are you. Bye.